Hey, well, this is Joaquin again. You're a little messed up. Gotta fix that. But anyways, um, so this week we did a lot about drug um, pharmacology, which is just on its face immediately what I think I enjoyed the most. Um, Drugs are always an interesting subject. There's so many, both physical, scientific, but also social questions relating to that. Sometimes maybe there's a tendency for some people to get a little polemical about this in some ways that ends up causing, causing problems um, that don't need to be. Like, I think we can study this in a serious fashion, right? And I think that's something we need to focus on. So this was a good. I felt this was a good unit in that sense. It was genuine, serious, sort of study about it. And again, it really relates, to what we've certainly emphasized in this course, the very um, physical nature of the brain here, um, the fact that all of it is just the journey of these chemicals. I mean, the reason drugs work the way they do is just because our brains, um, you're just putting more chemicals into the brain, which then are altered, right? There's always that, you know, interesting jazz about that, where it's like, even from, since the beginning of everything, we've always known that drugs could alter the mindset, but I guess people sort of didn't really realize the importance of that, of what that really meant and said about human beings until relatively recently in history, which is kind of you think it would have been earlier, but I guess it just ended up not, right? Um, so you again, it's a very interesting sort of fact of everything, right? Um, but that's how it ends up being. So again, that was very interesting. As always, more stuff on neurotransmitters is always interesting to um, learn about. I might sound well. That's the thing, repetitive, but that's precisely because this is what interests me. So it's not going to change week to week when we're focusing on the same subjects. But like I said again, it's just a very interesting case. Sorry, it's a little late, but it's a very interesting case of all what this all is, how it all operates, and how just by altering our intake of stuff, just through the ingestion of a different thing, you can end up altering your entire thought process. The way the brain adapts to tolerate that or be sensitized. It's just a very, unique process. It really gets into the roots of all the physical nature of this whole, thing we call the mind.